How's it going, Guardians? And we're back with a Void 3.0 Titan build, and this Titan build is utilizing Devour. Now, it's very similar to the first one I put out, and there'll be a link in the description for that, but just stick around and I'm going to go over some things that you might find pretty interesting. Now, the key differences between this and the first build that I released is that we are using two different fragments, and a different combat mod and a different artifact mod. But we are going to start off with the exotics, and we are using the Heart of Inmost Light and Monte Carlo. You can also switch out the Monte Carlo for pretty much any other weapon that you feel necessary, because this build has enough recharge rate that you don't really need the Monte anymore. But it's still one of my go-tos, so if that's what you want to use, go ahead. Now, as far as the aspects, we're still using the offensive bulwark and controlled demolition. Both of those came with the new Void 3.0, and you should have them this by logging in the game, and if not, you're going to have to go through a small campaign quest to go ahead and pick those up. But both of them are great aspects that give 2 fragment slots apiece. And that's important because the fragments we're using is the Echo of Persistence, Echo of Exchange, Echo of Provision, and Echo of Starvation. Now, the two differences here from the first build is that Echo of Persistence I'm using because it causes our buffs on the Void 3.0 to last longer, so Devour, Overshield, anything like that. And then the Echo of Starvation is going to give you Devour for picking up Orbs of Power. In the Exchange and the Provision, will this give you melee or grenade energy depending on which one you are using. Now, it's important that we get Devour because Devour is not only going to be able to heal us when we get a kill, we are actually going to be able to get our grenade energy back quicker. And it seems to be around 10 to 15%, but this might change depending on your actual tier of discipline. But this works really well into this build because it allows us to throw grenades much quicker. As for the combat mods, we're using Bountiful Wells to make more Elemental Wells. We're using Well of Unity, so that way our Void Wells that we make are going to give us back more class energy, which really helps out with this build. We're using Elemental Charge to give us charged with light whenever we pick up an elemental well, and we are using heavy-handed, which will give you back 50% of a melee whenever you use the charged melee ability. And we're also using the artifact mod for melee well maker, but it's not necessarily an artifact mod, and it does exactly as it states. You make elemental wells by getting melee kills. Now, the general mods I'm using can be interchanged depending upon what situation you are in, because you might need to equip anti-barrier rounds or overload rounds or unstoppable rounds or something of the sort, so feel free to change them when you want. But I am using Bomber to reduce my grenade cooldown when I use a class ability. I'm using Absolution, so that way when I pick up Orbs of Power, I'm going to get energy back to all my abilities. I'm using both Focusing Strike and Bolstering Detonation, which gives us class ability whenever we use the melee or grenade abilities. And then I'm using Kinetic Siphon, so that way rapid kinetic kills will spawn our Orbs of Power. And the one artifact mod that is really important right now is Suppressive Darkness. It does pretty much the same thing as Echo of Undermining, and it will apply a 15% debuff to an enemy when you hit them with something that suppresses them. Now, we're using this because we are no longer using that Echo of Undermining in this build. So if we put the whole thing into practice, we're pretty much going to be going and throwing grenades, to throw our barriers, to throw our shields, to rinse and repeat the whole process. In between, you're going to have to get some kinetic kills, which is why I'm recommending to use the Striga now over the Monte, but you can still use whatever kinetic you want. Even a Wither Horde will work. You just need to generate those Orbs of Powers. Orbs of Power is going to lead to us getting our class ability back, and it's going to give us that Devour. Our Devour is going to start off with 8 seconds, but then a kill will increase it by about 7 seconds to a maximum of 15 seconds. Every subsequent kill afterwards will give you another 7 seconds, up to 15, so that way you just stay in about the 8 to 15 second range of Devour. And it's very important that we are using the Echo of Persistence, because like I said, that buff will last longer than 10 seconds, and it's a little bit tedious to try to find an ad to kill within 10 seconds of combat, especially with all the buffs on the side of your screen, and you don't actually see the Devour most of the time, even though it's active. All in all, guys, this build is really fun. It's not that hard to set up, especially if you've been playing for a while. You should have pretty much everything you need to throw on, and just go ahead and go try this build out. You're going to be throwing grenades left and right. You're going to be throwing shields left and right. You're going to be popping barriers to a degree that you actually might make your fire team mad at you like I do. But all in all, it's really fun. You can pretty much get through anything in the game you want with it. I'm pretty sure you can take this through the new raid and have no problem, or any of the old raids and have no problem. You're pretty much a self-sufficient Titan who's always getting his abilities back and always getting health back and always having an overshield and always being able to do anything you want because, you know, Titan. But yeah, guys, I would definitely implore you to go ahead, go try this out. Tell me what you think about it. Leave me some comments, like, subscribe, anything like that. And I will catch you on the next one. Take care and peace.